win.
What's up? Yeah, now you want to go. You still fixing your mic out. What's up, Philadelphia Eagle fans throughout the land? Welcome to your 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles. What a game. What a game. This is a game, one of them games you remember, almost like the D-Jack punt return against New York.
Yeah.
This is one of them games you're going to remember how it ended, where you was at when you watched it, who was there with you, all that kind of stuff like that. We're going to break a lot down from this game. This is a game to tell of two halves. It was definitely what first half offense was terrible. Second half, we looked like the 49ers in 94, like passing up and down the field, everybody making plays. How you expect the offense to look with all these weapons? We got weapons for days. We got hammers for days. You hit us to the left, we come at you with the right. We got the running, we got the passing, we got the tight end, we got the deep threat, short threat. We got all the intangibles, but we couldn't do nothing the first half. But thank goodness, Jalen started calling his own plays. He ripped that mic out of his helmet, and I seen him. It was a quick play. He ripped the mic out of his helmet and stumped on it, put his helmet back on, and then started cooking. Something like that happened. We're going to talk about all that.
I definitely saw that.
But at the end of the day, we got a sensational victory. What is y'all thoughts? Because this thing was classic.
Well, first, Tim, we don't have Jalen Brown on the Eagles. We have Jalen Hurts, though.
Oh, dang, I need to.
You can put some respect on that man's name. You always disrespecting Jalen.
You know that's not true.
No, listen, man.
How you gonna do that? Minnesota. He's talking about Carson Wentz. I want to see how you gonna play. Actually, but
I'm convinced. I'm convinced the Eagles come into the beginning of the season trying stuff out. I'm convinced they sit there and be like, all right, let's see if this could work. It's preseason for them. Because that's the only way it could explain the way they've been running the offense. And then it was like, all right, we playing around too much. Line up, let's play. Mm-hmm. That and the two block punts. So, I mean, 2 block field goals and 1 return for the touchdown. That's crazy. It was
I don't think that's ever happened in NFL history before.
Oh, wait a minute. Because we definitely got to give this man props because he was keeping us in it from the beginning. Bond was all over the place. It was like, for real, it was like nobody else was really stepping up and doing it, you know what I'm saying, doing the thing. And then you had then the defense started stepping up with Bond. And like you said, Jalen, everybody know how I felt about Jalen the first few years. But ever since that Super Bowl he went to and lost and then got back again, it's nothing nobody can say about Jalen. I don't care if you say his arm ain't that strong, if he this, that, and other. And sometimes that man did this thing for 2 years and he come up and he's a money player. And he continued to be a money player.
You was looking in the mirror and talking to yourself when you said that?
I said this to myself a couple years ago, but y'all like to live on the same narratives. I said this when he got to the Super Bowl and said it wasn't his fault.
Okay, I just because you said they. I'm trying to figure out was they was you or you looking in the mirror and telling yourself like, look, I don't care how strong his arm is or not, he a winner. Like, was you doing that? Is that how it happened? Or let me know.
No, but real talk though, it's a lot of people still was saying. A lot of people still be hating on Jalen, and like, you really can't do that the way that even when Saquon came in, Saquon the beast and everything else. And I was worried when Lane Johnson went down. But fortunately, you know what I'm saying, they settled down. They started doing things. And this is the other thing I give Jalen and Nick Sirianni props for. They got a good control over this team. This team never looks like they're frantic and that they feel like they out of it. And I think that's leadership from the coach and the quarterback.
I can agree. Bongati, go ahead. We're gonna talk about Davis too, y'all. But go ahead.
All right. Before we begin, I want to give a shout out to the folks in the room: Ziggy Marley, Master Crab, Sergeant Bass is out there. I just seen them. All y'all faithful, man. What's going on, man? So I want to give y'all all a shout out. Thanks for joining the pod tonight. Now, Jalen Hurts. I want to get my game ball, and it's so hard because it's like 3 people that is deserving of a game ball. Jordan Davis played a whale of a game. He was awesome. He played. I'm leaning toward Jalen Davis. I'm Jordan Davis. I am leaning toward him.
Mm-hmm.
But
I got to give it to him. But you
got AJ Brown. When he took AJ was like, listen.
AJ did go off.
Y'all act like Bond wasn't the only reason we were still in the game. The defense wasn't stopping nothing. Bond made play after play.
He did.
But he didn't score.
Go ahead, Tim.
Davis scored.
He scored off a block punt. Come on, don't hype that score. Even though it's good, all you had to do was fall on it. We won. He actually probably should have just fell on it and won, but instead he ran back. And if he would have fumbled that and some dumb stuff would have happened, then you'd have been in here, just fall on the ball.
But look, Jalen Hurts had 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. And he took over. He was screaming at his offensive coordinator that he was like, you know what, sit down, I got you. And he took over the offense. So it's like, yes, you there's a clip out there with him screaming on the ball because the ball was playing. He was running his plays, being a good soldier, but he was like, "No, I got to go to work." And he went to work in the second half. So
I won't disagree with that because he has been doing. It was a legendary performance, by the way. That's why I got this shirt on. I only wore this shirt 2 times. Once with Steph Curry won the finals in 2022, and right now today because that performance was legendary at a couple levels by a couple players. But reason why I won't disagree with that is because he's been in contact with Peyton Manning a lot lately. You know, Peyton Manning was infamous for calling his own plays at the line of scrimmage, switching stuff up here and there. So I think he pulling from that energy a little bit. And I think I'm telling you, I was exaggerating about him crushing the mic and all that kind of stuff like that. But I think he did. If it's a mute button on that helmet, I'm telling you, he pressed that joint. He said, yo, you got to shut up for a minute. Let me cook. Let me get AJ involved. And him and AJ would be. AJ had a couple plays. And I've been saying this for a minute. And hey, Tree Frog, you made an interesting comment. I'm going to come back to that in a second. AJ Brown, in my opinion, is the best receiver in football. Because he has all the attributes. He has every intangible. He's like T.O. He's like a little slower version of T.O. He has the size. He has the hands. He has a decent amount of speed. Not crazy speed like T.O., but he can get behind you, and he can go across the middle and make all the difficult catches that you need. This is why I think he's the most
bully just like T.O.
And he blocks very well. Like T.O. did.
I can agree with that as well. And that play, he had a couple plays where it looked like the ball had him wrapped up, and he shrugged him off like a wet towel. Like, yo, get off me. What are you doing? Get off of me. And it got an extra 10, 15 yards off the play.
That was a huge play, too.
It was.
Oh, wait. And I'd be remiss to also mention, let's before we start giving all the praises and hyping everybody up for our part and what our team did, shout out to Stafford. Because he missed 2 wide open touchdowns. He missed the one early on when the ball had his beat and he overthrew it, and then he did another one again in the fourth quarter. It's 2 times, either it was late third or in the fourth quarter. It's 2 times he missed where he could have, you know what I'm saying, tried to nail it down some, and we bounced back with results. You can't get the Eagles a chance. I
can agree with that. He plays solid too. I mean, Puka Nacua was balling. That dude Puka Nacua hands is crazy. Even that one they thought it was an incomplete pass that was actually a catch. When I seen that instant replay, I said, no, he grabbed that.
What was the AI doing something so they reversed it? Like, what was they looking at?
I think they thought it hit the ground, but that's how good his hands was. It didn't. The optic illusion.
It didn't look like you could clearly see that.
I'm talking about, I think in fast motion, from one angle, it looked like it bounced. It looked like it was about to come out, but he got his arms up underneath.
Every angle I saw, it looked like it was a catch.
The reason I agree with that. The reason why I say Davis, in my opinion, I probably got to give him the MVP. He had a couple plays, I think, in this game that was game changing. One was that 4th down conversion when they went for it on 4th and 2, and he blew that jaw completely up. He was the first one in the backfield. He destroyed the play. He got the block point. Even the first field goal. Even the first block field goal, he was kind of there. I think either him or Carter officially got the block, but it actually bounced off Carter's hand and hit his hand. Like, both their hands was right there for the block field goal. So, I mean, it was all kind of havoc all day being created by him. Jalen had a good second half. It was a great second half. It was, but it was only a second half. Jordan, in my opinion, played great the whole game. He had even that chase down run. I know it's second half, but that chase down run he had on the board, Stafford was crazy. That might have been the first. Was that the first one?
Was that a touchdown save? Was that?
It was a first down saving joke because he was running. Looked like he was going to get the first down, like a 3rd and 2, and he walked him down. That's why I said he was playing incredible. That 30 pounds of weight that he shed, it was something special.
Remind me, I got a question about the rules.
Before you say that, Mr. Wing.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. After you finish, I got a question about
it. Mr. Wing. Jordan Davis and Wayne, they was on the exact same diet over the summer, so that's why they both lost a lot of weight.
Must have been a fat thing. Everywhere I go, people are like, you lost weight. I'm like, what's going on? Like, is that bad? They act like I was Professor Clump out this mug. No? Like, hey, go on. I did need to lose a little bit. But,
what were you talking about?
Okay, so this my thing, right? Remember they made the whole big stink about the tush push or the brotherly shove, and they wanted to ban it. Are we going to ban the Rams kickoff? Are we going to try to ban the little knuckleball kickoff joint they did, like that little thing they got?
Boys couldn't catch that to save their life.
But that's what I'm saying, though. So is this what we do in the NFL now? If it's something that teams could do and dominate with, then we want to change the rules and stuff.
That was actually a very good play because
that.
It was like 4 different times. That's what like special, in my opinion, special teams deserve an A+, but they also deserve an F because they kept messing up. It's like they had an up and down game, but I'm still gonna go for A.
Yeah, that's true.
But that kick works, but the Rams do that to everybody. That's a new niche that they kicker does. Like with the new rule change, that's something that they worked on.
That's good. We need to get the boy Elias or somebody, whoever's kicking off. We need to get that joint.
That in the arsenal and put that in the bag. I agree. I don't think they filled that cleanly not once. Like it was hard to catch that ball. And yeah, X-Men. We didn't really talk about the OC. We kind of talked about Jalen. Do you think Jalen took over the offensive play calling, or do you think the offense coordinator made adjustments? I'm asking y'all in the comment section what y'all think. I know Tim think Jalen completely. Me and Tim, I'm trying to feel like Tim. I think Jalen took that joint off.
There's no doubt in my mind that Jalen Hurts took over that game. There was no time for him to get that call. He was they started going no huddle. He started running that offense.
Yeah,
the AJ Brown show.
Yeah, that's not with Tim.
I do think Jalen probably said, because Jalen is a leader, and I do think Jalen probably said something like, all right, are we done playing now? Are we gonna go? Are we gonna do what we gonna do?
Yeah.
But I do think that it was probably a conscientious effort too, because I'm telling you, I feel like they be out this doing running preseason plays in the first couple of weeks. That's why we struggle in the first couple of weeks. Except this year, we 3-0 instead of the 2-4 that we end up. 2-2 that we always end up being. But
yeah,
I mean, I do think that I think Sirianni might have had something to say about it too. Like, but I do think it was mainly Jalen that called it, and Jalen probably was like, because he got that kind of cachet and that kind of clout now, where he could just be like, all right, listen, we doing too much, we playing too much.
Are we done?
Let me do. I'm gonna have to carry the brunt of this if we don't get it. So it's on my back. I'm going to do what I gotta do.
And he did.
Yeah, but the reason why, my thing is, you saying you think we try stuff the first couple of weeks. I don't think that's what it is. Jacqueline Kemp, shout out to you. We're gonna get to you in a second. Appreciate the love on the super chat.
No, they don't like nail biters, Jacqueline. They just like blowouts. They don't like games like this.
Listen, I don't. As long as we win, I said I would prefer a blowout. Yes, if my team is, we gonna talk about this with y'all before we get off too, because we had a whole conversation with Wayne about the last Super Bowl and what do you prefer your team to look like. But we're gonna talk about that in a second. But my thing is, the reason why I think our offense starts off slow every year because we have a new offensive coordinator every year. So I think it's a matter of trying to get acclimated to what he likes, what Jalen likes. It's a kind of a figure me out game between Jalen trying to figure him out, he trying to figure Jalen out, and the rest of the offensive weapons. That to me is the reason why we start off slow every year. I honestly feel we had consistency at the offense coordinator spot. The offense was good role.
But we also get a new coordinator, and we don't practice nothing.
He snapped on the hole. He did. He snapped on him on the sideline.
He was snapping. He was like, "Listen, that's when he took over the offense. He was snapping on the ball. Loved it."
I think he took it over. I didn't see him snap on the ball, but I think he took it over. I do.
He got, but that's what. Hey, that's what he got. He got that cash to do that, and he got the swag to do that, and he got the reputation to do it because he's done so much for this team. This is his team. I mean, it's his team. It'd be interesting if they had to choose between him and the coach, which way they would go.
Yeah, I
don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen either way, but
you're right. Jalen has carte blanche. As a Super Bowl MVP, you got a carte blanche to do. He not going. If anybody going somewhere, it's going to be the offensive coordinator. Jalen can do almost whatever he want at this point, unless the Bulls completely fall off the bus. Yeah, I mean, so if he feel like this bull ain't doing what I need done, and he take over and start cooking, they not going. What they going to say to him? Especially at the performance second half like this, where you come back, put enough points on to win the game. So what are you going to say? If that really did happen, this may be a whole new transcendent moment for Jalen Hurts, because now I honestly feel he should be in that position to be able to do Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, where you start calling your own shots. If you seeing certain things in the OC ain't, you got the leverage to do that now. So
The
This
offense
may be the next step.
It was too predictable. We knew every first down they was going to run. They was going to get the ball, and Saquon was going to run up the middle for a half a yard or 1 yard. They did it every first down. Every time they got the ball, Jalen was like, "No more." He's like, "We trying to win this thing." And the thing is, AJ was like, "Yo, it's time," and that's what happened. Even shout out to Devontae too. Devontae had some huge catches in the game as well. Big time touchdown to go up that final score. We needed the perfect amount. Even though it was one play where he had the first down and then he ran up a little bit and he lost the first down. I was kind of.
It was two miscues by Smitty. Was that one that he had that slant on third down and he dropped that across the middle joint on third down that Jalen threw Jalen purposely threw it low so he could kind of go low and catch it and it went through his hands. But then I think AJ Brown made the next play on like a fourth down conversion or something like that. So I mean, listen, the reason why I said Peyton Manning, somebody's in the comment section, not Peyton, he's not a good playoff quarterback. I'm just talking about from a play call perspective. When Peyton got busy calling the play calls for the most part, he would get cooked, and his regular season stats prove that. So I'm just saying Jalen, I think, is approaching that level. And I think he should. And the reason why I think he should is because of the revolving door of offense coordinators. Jalen almost needs to be his own offense in itself, because if you win almost every year, without question, your offense coordinator will get poached. It's going to happen. So at a certain point, you're going to almost have to let Jalen build his own offense to be successful. If you don't, you're going to see what you did seeing week 1 and week 2 on a consistent basis. You constantly get new OCs in here. You trying to figure you out, no. Forget all that. Let Jalen build his own offense, what he like to do for the most part, and let him cook. That's how I feel. If you don't do that, you're in a situation.
Well, I still do like the idea of a coach.
It's either that or hire a black offensive coordinator so you won't get an offensive coordinator, so you won't get a head coach.
No, that's true about the offensive coordinator.
Either do that.
Because I like to have balance, because you could have a quarterback in there that just want to go pass happy and this, that, and other and get away, or call their own number running off, which Jalen did do a lot early on. But at this point, when you look at where he's progressed, it's no different from what you've seen from a Russell Wilson, what you've seen from Tom Brady. Like when they first came in and when they first was winning, it was their defense for the most part in the running game. Not saying that that's what happened for Jalen, but you saw those quarterbacks. They were quarterbacks with good teams. But then at a certain point, like once you get to that Super Bowl and you win and you start getting that swag and that cachet, that elevates you to another level. And I think that's the level that Jalen's on.
I got a question. Who was the offensive line, the tackle that came in for Lane Johnson before Fred Johnson got in there? Because it was looking real bad before Fred Johnson got in there. Once Fred,
it looked like the game was over.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the name. Yeah, but it was.
Hey, wait. Hey, Kraft. You can't hate on. And listen, I hear you. We already know how I felt about Jalen early on in the early part of his career. You can't keep hating on that man. You saying nobody fears Jalen Hurts. Guess what? You can be not afraid of a 16-wheel truck. You stand in front of it and it hit you, it's going to feel the same. I don't care if anybody's afraid of Jalen. If they want to underrate him and everything else. The man make plays. He has the control of his team. He has all the intangibles and he makes plays and he has skills. So you really can't hate on him, man. Only problem I think it could be is it do seem like he too lax sometimes. But I think the Eagles team is kind of like that. It's like, all right, I guess we need to turn it on now. I don't really like that, but it seems like they do like that sometimes.
They said this 19-point comeback is the biggest comeback for the Eagles since 1980.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, how much was you down the New York game, the Deshaun Jackson punt return, John? It wasn't. How much was that? It was 30. I thought it was like 31-10 or something at one point.
But I guess at the junction of the game where we were in the third quarter, they're saying that was the biggest comeback. So,
I mean, it might not be. I just thought, for some reason, that was a score in my mind, like we was down by like 20 something. But maybe not. It might not have been.
You know how they do stats anyway. They like to be like it was the first time in the afternoon game when Jalen Hurts had blue sneakers and the LeBron ESPN stats.
Yeah.
He's the first player that did a triple-double on his mom's birthday. Like, what?
Yeah, MOTC is playing for wins. Listen, MOTC, but this is what you got to calm down with. I don't think me or Wayne never disliked Wentz. Tim did. Me or Wayne never disliked Wentz. Always said at this point is what I'm saying is you can't keep hating on Jalen because you like Wentz so much because Jalen is doing what you want your quarterback to do. He got you to the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl. He played good. He played fantastic in the biggest of games. And right now, when we was down this game, first half was thinking he came in like, look, let me do my thing. Let me run my show. He ran the show to perfection. We scored on what I think all but like 2 possessions in the second half. We got rolling. So you can't hate on the man. Like, stop. It's over with.
Yeah,
doing his thing, and Jalen thing has been successful. You can't hate on that.
What it been like now? 5 years? Or wait, is this his first year or his second year, Tim? You know, remember how Tim had Jalen as a rookie for like 4 years? Is he a pro now? Like, how many years?
This is his first full season as
Tim was running that for a long time. Tim was running that for a long time.
They said Devontae Smith snapped on Jalen Carter when he got that taunting penalty. Remember after he blocked the punt. Remember he blocked the first
He got a taunt. I see. Hold on. He got a taunting penalty to blocking the first field goal.
Yeah, he got a taunting penalty.
Yeah.
This is some tough. Even the poop in the pool.
It was actually a timeout. Like they came back at the timeout. Yeah, they said Jalen Carter got a taunting penalty for taunting. But can you really be too? I mean, you can be mad at him, but he did get the block.
See, that's what.
But you can, and this is what I like about this team, and this is what you get when you got a championship team with a core. You hold each other accountable.
That's true.
And it's like, yeah, we can do that, and you can check somebody, but then it's like, okay, you still gonna line up and do what you gotta do, but we call each other out. That's how you should.
Okay, what did he do? Did we ever notice what he did? Did they ever mention it in the instant replay or something? Like what happened?
I think they see Hawks spit on. Like, no.
Okay, here we go. But I think they get out of control.
You gotta be careful because you know they looking at him now. You know they looking at him.
That's true, but some of these Georges is ridiculous. Like for instance, which one of our players, I think it was the Dallas game or something, somebody flexed over top of somebody and they called it. They didn't say anything to Puka Nacua today. I thought that was trash when he did the double bicep flex and they gonna call it. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like at a certain point, the NFL is getting out of control because I think to me, I feel it's not about safety. It's not about taunting. I feel it's about money. Saquon Barkley got fined, according to the reports, 46 stacks for going helmet to helmet with somebody.
Yeah.
Their player association is trash.
Where does the money go? Where does the money go?
Back to the NFL. And I'm gonna tell you, I know that, and I'm gonna tell you why I know. This is why I feel the NFL is being greedy. I was actually watching a clip of I think I sent it to you. A clip of Kevin Garnett talking about NBA fines. And what I didn't know is when you get fined in the NBA for when you get a technical in the NBA, you get a fine. You pay a fine. Every technical you pay it's like now it's up. Kevin Garnett when he first started was like $100 something. Now it's up to like $2,500. He says this is how the NBA gets money back from the players. Once they sign that collective bargaining agreement, they started getting all this money. Now they hiked up the price of the fines now. And I think the NFL, in my opinion, does the same thing. This is how they get money back. There's no reason you as a player should get fined $46,000 after helmet contact in the game. If the player's so bad, they got all this AI. If the player's that bad, he should be ejected from the game. He should be penalized at that moment if the player's so bad, but the player's not that bad. What they want is that bread, and I don't like.
My thing is though, if you gonna tag them up for that bread, then send that bread somewhere like to the Players Association, like for the retired players that's suffering health issues and stuff like that. If you so worried about their health and their concern and all that, then put the money back into that.
I agree with that, but I could guarantee that's not the 100% of the money's not going there. It's going back to the owners. I promise you that. Oh, they said X-Men said he pointed at his finger saying he got a ring. What? No, that can't be. That can't be it. If you get a taunting penalty for that, something is wrong. The Players Association has to step up and curb all these excessive penalties because and I got to double check that. I don't know for sure, but these unsportsmanlike probably come along with some type of fine. I can guarantee you that.
But didn't they give one to the ball? I think the Rams ball had he made the catch and stuff when he got up and he like flexed or something like that, and they was like, you can't taunt in front of somebody's face. But like the announcer said, you got bodies all over the place. So if you get up and I can't get up and like, Like,
Exactly. Nolan Smith.
Now I'm about to sound like the old grumpy man. What is with these soft ninjas? What is with this soft era, bro?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You saying
they used to be talking trash as well.
Okay, but no, my point is, but listen, who's being soft? Is it the players?
No. That's true. Then it could be.
That's what I'm saying. Who's being soft? It's the NFL. But the players don't care.
Players do care about that. Players do care too. A lot of them players start getting a little sensitive with a lot of stuff too.
I don't think so. I don't think the players. All of them do it. All of them celebrate. All of them celebrate. I don't think the players care not one iota.
AJ Brown is smiling so hard. He giggling. He got his stomach all tilted over and everything. He had 109 receiving yards, 10 looks. So
they said Big Dom got fined $75K for texting from the sideline during preseason.
That's
what I'm saying. I don't think the team, maybe for Big Dom, but I don't. Yeah. I know for like Saquon and them, the team don't pay that fine. He could pay that out of his pocket.
Hey Jack, you know the good part though, Jackie. Jalen getting hit, but Jalen is built for that. Like Jalen's strong and durable. Even though you don't want to see him taking unnecessary hits, I'm gonna need Lane Johnson. I need them to make sure they find whoever's going to be replacing Lane Johnson. Find him now.
Fred did it. Fred Johnson got in the game and it's totally stable.
How old is Fred Johnson?
Huh?
How old is he?
I don't think he's that old, maybe 29, 31. But he got on that line and he stabilized that thing.
They said Matt Pryor was the other dude that was in before Fred Johnson, Tim, the one that was getting ran around like a turnstile.
X-Men said Wentz got fined $50,000 for impersonating the quarterback.
That's kind of funny. Now, Tree Frog earlier made this comment. He said that Tim was the only one supporting. He said, "So how old is he?"
28.
Okay, that's a decent age for him. They could play to about 38. Tree Frog said Tim was the only one supporting Jalen Hurts from the very beginning. All right.
Thank you.
Now I'm calling cap on that a little bit.
You're not
y'all. That's because y'all gotta break down the whole thing.
I was also very supportive of Jalen. Only thing it was me and Tim. Ethan and Wayne was on the fence from Jalen very early.
Yes. In the first year, what was I saying about Jalen? What did I say I wanted?
You said you hated him because he was handsome.
I said I wanted it to be a quarterback competition. I didn't want them to just get. I said I wanted it to be a quarterback competition between him and Wentz, and not just to give it to him. That's what I said. That's what I said.
But at the same time,
you want to waste time.
But after the fact, you begin to nitpick things about.
I mean, wasn't wasting time. They didn't put the same type of team around them. But I can't. I'm not saying that Wentz with the ball the way that Jalen is. Jalen is clearly a better quarterback. But that being said, Tim is the same person that was saying Wentz was trash when he was MVP candidate and everything else.
Right now, his 16. He's the only quarterback in the history of the NFL who started at quarterback for 6 different teams.
That means you got to be good if you're hanging around this long.
Who's the bull we traded for Wentz? Wasn't he on a bunch of teams too?
Not as a starter, not 6.
The bull we traded so Wentz could start. Who was the bull? It's not Stafford. What was the other bull name?
Stafford.
The boy that kept getting hurt and kept getting money, like he would sign a new contract and get hurt.
Oh, Bradford,
yeah. How many teams was he on?
But you got to be halfway decent if you started for 6 NFL teams. That says a lot about.
What it means is they love the image of him.
Nick Foles played on about 4 teams.
No, listen. So Wentz getting all these chances let you know, in my opinion, that he's pretty solid. Like I said, I thought Wentz was decent. I thought the injury kind of derailed his trajectory and never let him reach his full potential. But at the end of the day, I'm taking Jalen Hurts. If I had to take
one, got the mental toughness.
I'm going with Jalen. I had to agree. Eagles do miss Mekhi Becton, and we also miss CJ GJ. I still wish we would have had him. I'm hearing a lot of different reports as to why we let him go and didn't keep him. I'm confused. I still haven't gotten nothing definitive as to why we traded one of the best top safeties in the game. He's still over in Houston doing his thing, but we miss him over here. I still wish we had him on this team. I still wish we had him. And him and Becton, I agree. Becton had to get his money. I don't know if we had enough money to pay him, but I don't know why we traded Charlie.
I know who else
or Chauncey.
Saquon missed him tremendously. Saquon, I don't know. He can't get off. He can't. He look like New York Giants. Saquon. He's struggling.
Who that?
Saquon.
Yeah. Yeah, he missed that big body. Becton in the front. But Becton was like 6'7", like 350 pounds. You can't see him behind Becton. Like, that's the advantage of having these nice, big monster offensive linemen. You couldn't really even see him until you hit the second level. So he definitely, I knew that was going to happen. That's one reason why I'm picking first in my fantasy. I should have picked Derrick Henry.
Mr. Wing, I still don't think that he got a great strong arm, but he got everything else is great. Everything else is great about him.
We definitely missed Isaiah Rodgers.
It's two players I wish we'd have kept. I wish we obviously kept Becton, but I don't think we had the money to keep Becton. But I think we had the money to pay Rodgers. We definitely should have kept. We didn't have to trade CJ. I still don't know why again, but I think we definitely had the money to pay Isaiah Rodgers. I wish we'd have kept him big time.
We got holes like a mug on our defense secondary.
You think our defense has been playing bad? I think our offense has been stinking it up.
No, because right now you got what you call a traveling.
But it's funny though when our offense finally stepped up and started to play, the defense got riled up.
No, but look, Leon got to go. He got to stay with the best player. Usually he was used to staying on one side of the field for all last year. Now he got to travel with the best wide receiver, and that's causing because we got Trash Jackson on the other side, and he got hurt today. So maybe that's a good thing. But he got hurt. So
we talk like the Eagles got endless pockets. Ain't it still a salary cap or something? They don't got no kind of salary cap in football or something?
No, they do, but I think
we just want to sign everybody that's going out and getting big time money. We want to just sign everybody.
But that's why I said I understand Becton because Becton got paid. Rodgers got a decent deal, but I think we could have matched that. And we had Charlie on that team. We just traded Charlie. Wait, he wasn't under contract. We just traded him.
Sometimes we make trades. Sometimes you make trades to clear up cap space and stuff for future.
But was that necessary? I don't think we over cap space. When the Eagles ever look like we? As far as I know, they say how we balance the books better than anybody.
Yeah, maybe that's how you balance them. Sometimes letting boys go.
But who do we sign? Who do we give big money to after we let CJ go?
We didn't give Vaughn big money this year.
Did we do that after we let CJ?
He didn't break the bank.
Vaughn ain't get big money.
He got an okay money. He didn't break the bank on us.
Okay.
That's what I said, man. He only got $8 million. We should have kept.
Is Jordan Davis and them due for contracts?
But that's next year. I would have still kept him on for this.
You know the Eagles always sign them dudes before. You know how the Eagles do. They gonna sign. They gonna extend that contract during the season.
Well, Jordan Davis, he's they just picked up his 5th-year contract over the summer.
Okay. Oh, all right.
They said, okay, X-Man saying he traded him to free up money. Jacqueline saying they traded CJ because him and the defense coordinator didn't click. So it's something good. That's what I'm saying. I keep hearing stuff like this. I keep hearing he ain't clicked with Howie. Then I'm hearing he ain't clicked with the defense coordinator.
Man, people were saying the same thing that AJ wasn't clicking with Hurts and AJ was hating the team and AJ was going to lead the team. People start talking. Whenever we start talking about they say or people say, give me exactly what somebody got it from, because people do this all the time.
The sources all over the place. I can't.
Did you want to tell them that?
Yeah,
maybe that's my point. I can't get no depth.
But AJ supposed to be tired of Hurts, and AJ was tired of Hurts, and he ready to leave. And ain't that what they were saying? Remember when Tim was coming in ready to kick AJ out because he thought AJ said something about Hurts, and he was like, "AJ need to go." Remember when Tim was ready to do that?
I never said AJ needs to go. I never.
You was close to saying that. You was very close to saying they need to get AJ out of here. You was very close to saying that, bro.
I just said AJ needs to chill out because he was a little emotional and everything.
You was calling him all kinds of suckers and all this stuff. I remember. We could go back in the chat. You was hating on AJ something rotten, but AJ came to ball today. It was only. Listen, I'm just glad he got the right. It was only a matter of time before he put another book out. He's about to make another book, another author rich, because he was getting irritated. I know he was. It's funny. I've been seeing him pop up on my Instagram timeline, like some videos he been putting out, and he's real big in. He's really become spiritual lately, and he's really big into kind of meditating and really trying to keep his emotions in check. That's the only thing that kept him from going upside Jalen head or somebody head on that sideline. Because I know 2 games with him not really getting the ball like that. Come on, he was ready to go off. This game, I don't know.
I think that Super Bowl kind of tamed him down a little bit. That's why I remember after the Super Bowl, he was like, "I ain't never going nowhere else. I always want to be here in Philly." After the Super Bowl, he was like, "Ooh,
Maybe it did. Maybe it did. Whatever's helping, I'm glad because it was only a matter of time. If he didn't get that ball, he was going to blow. Because listen, receivers is like they one of the players who are in the talk. Like when you talk football and you talk about who's the best at this, most time you talk offensive players. When you sit in the barbershop, you talk about who the best running back, who the best quarterback, who the best wide receiver. You know what I mean? Every now and then you throw cornerbacks in there, some D-line and talk and all that. But mainly let's talk about wide receivers. So his name, Chase, Jefferson, what's his name? Cheetah. That's the names in the conversation. His name was getting pushed out of that conversation by a week if it kept going like this. Him having his game, and I've been telling people I still feel he's the best receiver in the league when he get to cooking, man. And he had a monster game today. I love it. We need to keep that energy. Jalen needs to keep calm plays. The offense coordinator needs to be he's a puppet. Right at this point right now,
that's all he is.
Sole purpose is only. Yes.
Because here's the thing. Him and Sirianni has been together for the last 15 years. They've been rolling together. So when you see him coaching, it's really Sirianni right now calling plays again. And that's why we've been looking like doo-doo. Which is
Wait, mute your mic if you want to talk. Yeah, listen, I'm agreeing with Tim, man. Jack said
y'all, we can't keep trying to discredit. Tim trying to find every opportunity to discredit Sirianni.
Tell me what he do. What does he do great? He's a team.
No, I can't discredit. No, I'm not discrediting Sirianni. Sirianni was probably. Listen. I don't know what he does particularly that helps him win, but he's doing something.
Tell me what he do.
He's doing something.
Tell me what's so great about Sirianni.
He's doing something. See, I'm gonna tell you what it is. See, they use the same hate you use against Sirianni is the similar hate they use against Jalen Hurts.
No, don't tell me what he do.
Listen. Let me cook because they say Jalen is great based off the players around him. You're saying Sirianni is. You're saying. Listen, calm down. Let me talk. I talk. You're saying Sirianni is great because of Jalen and the defense and Spags and all this other stuff like that. But I'm sorry.
Tell me what he do great.
He's a great motivator of players
and keep them stable
and people in their right position. That's what he does. He's a great orchestrator, like a conductor. He don't play no instruments, but he's just like this. He's telling you.
We got a team manager. We got a team manager and a game manager, and they both work.
So you saying
yeah. Dude, but their forces combined, with the team manager and the game manager combined, they can't lose.
It's great.
Jalen threw 3 touchdowns and ran for. You physically see what Jalen does. You physically see what AJ can do, what Saquon can do. Tell me what does.
One thing you got to give Sirianni credit for, he hasn't lost the locker room. Many times you could lose a locker room when you got high, strong personalities like AJ Brown, Carter. You got dudes who football. The football locker room is filled with very extreme personalities. So for you to be able to really keep everybody on the same page and not lose the locker room like we've seen some of our coaches doing before, like we've seen coaches happen around the league, he has yet to do that. That's a special talent in itself.
You know what else?
I got to give him credit for that.
You know what else? My kids love me, like being around me, because I let them do anything they want to do.
No, you don't.
When they get their mom, they gotta be all. They gotta be okay.
Do anything, huh? You don't pay no bills. You don't do nothing. Your kids just run around and do nothing.
When they get around their mom,
you do your job. And Sirianni doing his job.
They like being around Sirianni because Sirianni don't bother them.
Let me put it this way. Guess what? You had a lot of quote unquote player coaches that don't win. So you can say what you want. The Eagles have an outstanding roster. The Eagles front office has put together a great team. The coach, you can say what you want about the. You can say what you want about the Eagles front office, but the Eagles front office always bring in a good coach. We'd have had Doug. We'd have had Andy.
If you want to talk about the front office, we're going to all agree they get an A+. If you
right.
want to talk, but if you want to talk,
so what you don't give Andy? So wait, was you giving Andy his props when they brought Andy in?
Yeah.
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
X-Men said Tim hate on. He said Tim hate on Sirianni like Cam hate on Hurts, and I agree with that. He is. He hating on the boy Sirianni.
Wait, just the point I was making on that though. You say what you want, but when players come here and they want to play here, like Saquon and everybody else, they talk about the culture. So when that culture includes the coaching staffs, the owners, the general managers, It encompasses all that. The facilities, all that stuff is reasons that people want to come here and play here.
I agree. The best owner in the world, best GM in the world,
best coach right now too.
The culture was there with Doug Peterson. It was there with Andy. It was that we always had a great coach in Philadelphia. It's always been a great
Chip Kelly. It was still there with Chip Kelly. I mean, what?
And that's why the coach.
Wait, but didn't they bring in Howie and brought in Chip Kelly too, though? Right.
You can make a mistake. You trying to say they're gonna bet 100 every time? Come on.
No, I'm not fully agreeing with that. I think the coach. I think even Doug Peterson lost the locker room at a certain point, and that's why that team, even with Carson Wentz, didn't win. It wasn't successful. But I think Nick Sirianni does bring a level of culture, level of likability, and somebody the players want to play for. I mean, like you mentioned, the players coach, but he also brings a level of discipline where I think at the same time, and you know what I like about what I do like about Nick Sirianni too, he don't throw the players under the bus. And that's hard not to do as a coach, even when players are doing dumb stuff. He still takes the bullet. He stands in there and he's taking press and right in front of the press, and he'd be like, I called that play, or I did this. Remember the year when offense or Jalen, whoever was doing some dumb stuff, when the wheels completely fell off after we was like 10-1, and then we ended up going to 11-0, like 11-5 or something like that. But Sirianni stood in there and didn't blame nobody. I've seen many coaches even sneak diss balls to get the heat off themselves. He didn't do that. That's a talent in itself to be able to man up. Yes, it is. To be able to man up and take credit for something that you didn't do and still eat that, but keep the players focus on their tasks and not have them have to answer a whole bunch of questions.
He's a nice guy, and I'm not going to discredit him as being a nice person. But as far as what he do special, you can put a dozen different coaches in there. You're going to get the same success.
You got your rabbit mind.
Come on, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Is it that many coaches that have been winning Super Bowls, or how many coaches been to 2 Super Bowls? How many coaches went to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years?
What's his winning percentage without Jalen Hurts? When Jalen doesn't play, what is his record?
That's like asking
what's Jalen record when AJ
is down.
No, you can't answer.
What's Jalen record when AJ don't play? It's when you don't have somebody else, that makes a difference. If you don't have your starting quarterback, it make a difference.
No, if you got the winning coach, you got all these great players, you got everything. You should at least be 500.
Yeah, Tim, you taking L. Nobody agreeing with you. Jermaine says Nick is the best situational coach in the league. Eagles never blow leads like Baltimore. I actually agree with that. That's actually a very accurate statement. I do think he coaches very well situationally.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Would you say he is the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Jalen is their coach. He sets the tone. He's the reason why.
Now y'all see why Tim had me going overboard on hatred towards Jalen, because this is the kind of stuff he's always talked, even in the beginning.
Nick Sirianni let Jalen grow to develop to the quarterback that he is. If it wasn't for Nick, Jalen wouldn't be Jalen.
Jalen is like the songwriter that somebody.
Guess what else Nick do? Nick is humble enough that he had those exchanges with Jalen and don't feel like this guy got to go. I'm gonna bench him for this, that, and other. He knows who his players. He balances it.
Nick is taking credit for the success.
Yeah, look.
The podcast guys did it again.
Podcast spoke.
The podcast guys have did it again. They challenged the foolishness that Tim was trying to bring down the content of the pod. That's crazy.
It was just the eagle that rode by and took his tower out for a second. Like
Jacqueline says it's a gift and skill to be able to manage A-list players and divas.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
That's why people that manage businesses and manage crews on a prosperous business, they get paid big money because it takes a lot to do that.
The podcast guys are undefeated, man. It was right on cue. It couldn't have been time better. It couldn't have been time better. What a game. Who we got next? Who next on the hit list?
We're gonna lose next week.
Tim gonna be crying all week. Tampa.
Oh boy, Tampa's scared. Yo, you scared to death. First of all, Tampa's a solid team, but they almost blew a lead they had to the Jets. My affiliate Tampa Bay fan just updated me on what happened. They was up 26 to like 13 or something like that. They actually had a blocked field goal return in that game too that gave the Jets the lead late, 27-26. and then Baker Mayfield drove Tampa down for a game-winning field goal. So I guess the score was 29-27, I think. But all that being said, look who decided to show up at the.
Yeah, X-Man, do that math. He loved Glenn Rivers, but hates Sirianni.
Yeah, Tim all over the place.
Man got a bad deal. He did get a bad deal.
Ethan, I mean, you came in at the very top of the show, but I mean, you might want to add some extra perspective.
Either what you got. What's your take on the game?
Yeah,
it's a good game. Both teams played hard.
He's going to say that. Okay.
Listen, man, that was let me ask y'all this.
Who you giving game ball to?
I don't know if y'all said this. I was listening on it off my way back. Huh? What, game ball to, you said?
Yeah.
But make your point first. Make your point first, then get a game ball out.
Knock the field goal at the end.
Jordan Davis.
Excuse me.
You just got proposed to?
Yeah, Jordan Davis. Let me ask you, did y'all ask?
Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Listen, let me ask y'all. Did y'all ask what game y'all think was better? This game or the Deshaun Jackson punt return game?
No, we didn't ask what we thought was better. We said it felt like that game a little bit.
Do I got a delay here or something?
You do. You do got a delay.
You might want to go close out and come back in.
Can you hear us? You just brought the whole content of the show down. Huh? So you thought which game you thought this game was better or the Deshaun Jackson game?
Oh, the DJ game, but this game was up there.
I'm taking the DJ game.
This game was like 1 and 2 between my excitement, the hypeness of this game, the comeback, all that. This game had everything.
No, it definitely did. I definitely like the feel of this game. I mean, that DJ game was incredible because I was also rooting for Mike Vick. I think a lot of us was rooting real hard for Mike Vick on his comeback tour. So that game kind of just was. I don't know. I know I love DJ. I was always kind of like I admired how he kind of reminded me of Smitty, like a smaller receiver that could play amongst the big boys. You know what I mean? He had the speed, he had the hands. D-Jack was that dude for me. So with him returning that punt, that game was crazy. But this game, I don't know. I mean, it got different. It happened differently, obviously, but I don't know. Both games was hype. They both good comebacks. I don't know which game. I probably would lean towards the game.
No, you know good and well you thought that game was. I never thought this game was over. I always felt like this.
I can agree with that.
I can agree. I thought that game was over. Even when they first punted it, because DJ fumbled the ball and everything, it was like, oh man, here we go. Then all of a sudden he picked that joint up, made a couple moves. It was like, oh wait a minute, it looked like he got some room, and then he was out.
I can agree.
Yeah. They both instant classics. That New York game is. I watched it so many times. So right now it's in a lead, but this one might wind up taking over eventually.
I couldn't. Yeah, it was funny. Me and my son was actually just watching that clip again. And somebody in the comment section said, if you look in the background, you can see the Giants coach slam his clipboard on the ground while D-Jack is running back. And I actually caught it. Like, I watched it. It was crazy. You actually see him slam his clipboard on the ground as D-Jack runs past him. It is classic.
But remember, he told the punter before that play, he said, don't kick it toward him. Kick it out of bounds. He told him to kick it out of bounds.
Yeah. That was
he was screaming at him so hard going off the field. that was the worst. That's me. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, I felt bad for Boy a little bit. He screamed off on him like crazy. That was hilarious. Yeah, that's his name, Coughlin. Yeah, that was crazy. But Ethan, who you giving your game ball to?
Jordan Davis.
Okay.
You got
did he do 2 blocks? Hold on. Who got the first block?
Carter got the first. It blocked off both their arms. It hit Carter's first, and it bounced into his arm. Their arms are almost right there together. I'm not sure if he'd have got it if Carter didn't get it, but it hit Carter's arm and bounced off his arm. But the second one was all him.
It was. Even though AJ and Jalen Hurts played a phenomenal game to get us back in there. You can't take credit away from them. But the 2 blocks is the changes in the game. Like, if they'd have made the other one, our touchdown wouldn't really matter. They could have tried to eat the clock. Then the second one sealed the game. So those 2 blocked field goals, they was huge. Yeah,
but that's even with the defense. Let's not forget the defense got the turnover that even got us to score at first. Our offense wasn't really doing nothing in the first half.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Bond made a lot of plays, man. Bond was balling.
No, Bond was balling. I can't hit on Bond. Bond, I guess Davis placed it out more because it happened at the very end of the day. He picked the joint up and ran for the touchdown. But Bond was balling all game. I had to agree with that. Hey, Jack, I didn't see that movie. Was it any good? Was it worth to watch?
What was it?
He said the movie him. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's out.
The Can Kill movie, yeah.
Eagles got to figure out some different run plays though. They got to figure out some ways to get Saquon Barkley out some space. I ain't like none of the stuff they call for him.
I can agree with that.
Remember at one time we used to be the best screen team in the league. I know that was with Andy Reid, but the running back screens for the Eagles is like a lost art.
Well, they had a night there, the real life screen. Saquon would have caught it.
Yes, that pass that wasn't a screen. That wasn't a screen. It wasn't, but it was the delay. It was delayed.
It was like it was like a little. It's basically a screen. You let the defense run in and you drop it to him behind him.
He had that joint. He was going if he caught that. Who knows what could have happened if he got his hands on that joint. That was crazy.
Yeah, but they don't. I want a little more screens for the Saquon, and they seem like they keep running the same inside zone play. I don't understand it. Everybody in the stadium knows you're gonna run the play, and you still do it. Sometimes it's just mad.
I think I agree with Ethan though with the absence of Becton. I think we need to get a fullback in there and do some I formation, kind of how Baltimore does it with Derrick Henry a little bit. Just to put some mixes up in there.
In the first play of the season. Remember the fullback got hurt the first play of the season?
You gotta get another one. Get another one in there. You get somebody out there who want to just run through, ram their head through holes. Like get another one in there. And that first initial, excuse me, that your offensive line mostly tangles up the lineman. What we need to do is get that linebacker out of that gap. You send the fullback up in there, that initial linebacker, you get him, bang, you get a body on him. Now you let Saquon do his thing. That's the problem right now with our offense.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking a little though. We got to find out because Tim, for some reason, thinks it was all Jalen Hurts. We got to find out who changed up that play calling to get this thing moving. That's what we have to get to the bottom.
What do you? Okay, which your Spidey senses telling?
My Spidey senses telling me they just opened it up. Tell me they opened.
The offensive coordinator or Jalen Hurts?
The offensive coordinator. I think the offensive coordinator opened it up.
Okay.
You think Jalen Hurts said something to him though? I think Jalen Hurts said something in the coordinator.
He might have, or AJ Brown.
Or Jalen was like, he took the playbook.
Or the coach could have been like, all right, we tired of playing games. Let's go ahead and turn it up.
I think even before that, it was probably plays to be made. Jalen just wasn't making them. How about that?
No, here's my thoughts on the matter.
We already know what you think. We already know what you think already. We want to know what Ethan think now.
You see that cardboard that he was holding with the plays on it? He just said, don't call none of these. And that's exactly like this play. Don't call no more.
Listen, I'm with you. I think Jalen took it over, but I mean, he may not have. I wasn't there on the field or in the locker room at halftime. I have no idea.
Now, does this change Jalen Hurts' rating?
Not for me, for the hater, some of the haters, maybe.
No, I know we all got him in the top 5. Wayne, hold on. Let me talk too soon. Wayne, is Jalen Hurts in your top 5?
When did I ever say he wasn't? Even the last couple of years, we both was arguing the same thing that he was up there. We was just about to order the number of people that was up there.
Okay.
As he now
I'll put him in top 3. I'll put him in top 3 the last couple of years. I think right now you got to put him at the top.
Y'all were telling me Joe Burrow was ahead of him. Is Joe Burrow still ahead of him? Or?
No, I was saying that I was putting what's his name, the one in Buffalo, up there.
No, I was putting Josh Allen up there.
So y'all got Josh Allen ahead of Hurts still?
No,
I can't put him ahead of him now. Hurts been in 2 Super Bowls and performed well in both.
Josh Allen just has things I like in a quarterback. Big arm.
I agree.
That's all I said. That was my argument. Josh Allen's still playing great football, though.
He is. No, he a baller. I always say he was a baller. I just said, in my opinion, I take Jalen Hurts over.
And Lamar has a great arm.
Yeah,
I like Lamar. Lamar's that dude.
I'm not taking nobody over Jalen Hurts right now. Jalen Hurts has shown that he can lead the team, that he could be the man on the team and control it.
Patty, I'm still not going to hate on Pat. He lost Super Bowl, but he still has
Pat's in the league's own until otherwise. Right now,
until the refs stop helping him. Because Pat got a dark cloud over him right now. Pat got a dark cloud over him right now in my book.
He's not in the league in his own right now. To me, he came back to the pack.
No, they said I wonder how this is gonna work out though. They said Devontae Smith has some choice words for Jalen Carter after he had a taunting penalty.
We talked about that.
Is that breaking news? Somebody seen it already?
Yeah, somebody. And I think Wayne and Tim might talk. Somebody in the chat talked about that.
It was Tim.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think in my opinion. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. Right now, if you had to
hold on a second. Did we ever thank Jacqueline? Good looking out, Jacqueline.
I did.
All right. I didn't know if you read did you read it?
Yeah, when she took that's when she made the comment about what she said. You read it. You mentioned it about the I think
high fly Eagles fly. She gave a $10 super chat.
Yeah, that said something about ticky-tack calls or something.
Well, we appreciate it, Jacqueline.
Yeah, I threw it out. Then you mentioned the comment right after I said I shouted her out.
Okay. Now I was just looking at the highlighted comment. All right, go ahead.
Okay. See, now you made me forget my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about.
I think the Eagles was just forced to open it up. What happened is they was doing this micromanaging playbook, little this, little that, and they was forced to open up the playbook, and this is what you got. So let's keep the playbook open.
And that's my thing. Is you said they were forced to open the playbook. My thoughts is they just let Jalen run the stuff that he already knows.
Okay, all right, Tim. Was these plays that's not in the playbook? Do you think Jalen Hurts is going in the huddle and say, AJ, you want to slant?
Yeah, you ain't see him? Hold.
These are plays that are in the playbook.
Yes.
You ain't see him with the popsicle stick? You ain't see him with the popsicle stick and in the dirt like this. Listen, you hit the Nissan Titan and then you go.
AJ, you do this, you come back, got it. You do this.
What's down to my grandmother's first step?
It's Patula's playbook and it's Jalen's playbook. He took his
open up the playbook
and tossed it. It was Jalen.
But I think plays are situational too. Like I do think sometimes you got to feel for what needs to be done. Whether as far as we know, and I'm just hypothetically, offense coordinator could be calling a lot of short routes, and Jalen said, "Yo, we need to go a little deeper downfield." He could have been calling some curls and or whatever. It's situational. Jalen like, look, we need to do this on this play. Stop calling this on second down. You calling slants on second down. We need to go a little deeper. Or whatever the play might be. Shout out to you, Jacqueline coming again. She said Jalen got the clutch gene. He has intangibles, and that goes beyond stats.
I agree.
Listen. If I'm ranking quarterbacks, in all honesty, I still got to rank Pat 1, and in my opinion, Jalen is 2. Then I will probably go either either Josh Allen or Lamar at the 3 or 4. I'm still kind of undecided where I'm going. I'm leaning more toward Lamar at the 3, and then maybe Josh at the 4, but it's somewhere like that. But I still got to go Pat number 1 in my opinion.
You don't question Pat's decision making?
No, he's been too great for too long, bro. He's never been outside of an AFC championship.
I'm talking about like his wife and his brother that he hang with.
You got to post the comment. He took my power.
Pat is just, he nasty, bro. I done seen him make too many plays. Granted, I know some of the Wayne. I agree with the dark cloud hanging over his head with the refs and all that. Some of that is legit. I cannot sit here and act like some of that ain't certified. But also some of the plays, the majority of plays you see him make. The boy got a rocket arm. He's accurate. He can move. He gets out the pocket. He don't hold the ball long and take bad sacks and throw bad picks. For the most part, he's a very solid quarterback. He does play.
And the refs help him whenever he do make a bad play. So you put all that together. You do get a pretty unstoppable force unless they run into the Eagles.
Just to put this, I don't know no quarterback in modern history that won their last 17 games that they started. Think about that. 17-0 is Jalen Hurts. Say no more.
We also don't know no quarterback that every year he's been a starter went to the championship game or the Super Bowl, and that was Patrick Mahomes. So I hear you with Jalen. That's why I got him 2. Right now, I got Jalen right behind Patty in the number 2 slot. That's where.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not arguing with you. This is not something where I'm saying it's egregious if you do.
But no, it's actually I I can't argue your point. I'm just saying Jalen right now is number one in Patrick.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger, they said his was a consecutive streak of 16 consecutive victories.
So I just said 17. No.
Jalen just won 17 straight now?
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm just looking and seeing who else had joined that was something like that. They said in 2004, 2005, Ben had 16. That was the record.
And now
shout out to Jacqueline Kemp too.
17.
Hurts still got that clutch gene though. It's something about. I'm back on jump to that comment though. It's something about when Hurts is in situations where he has to play well, he has to bring his team back. He just turns something on, and that can't be that ain't coached or taught. That's just in him.
That's
a winning quarterback though. That's a winning.
Oh wait a minute, my bad. Tom Brady won 21 straight.
Yo, stop fact checking people live.
No, I'm saying you said. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking.
Wayne, thank
Brock Purdy had a 15-game win streak. Are you hyping Brock Purdy?
Yep.
Burrow needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, bro.
Burrow needs to stay healthy.
What's your best ability?
Yeah,
best ability is availability. Mr. Wing, I agree with you with Pat, but not with Josh Allen. I got Hurts too, man.
That AJ catch and run though, when he did
with the corner.
yeah, that man different.
He a tough. He like I said, he reminds me of T.O. He reminds me like a T.O. What's the Julio Jones kind of without the speed of both of them dudes. Like Julio Jones and T.O. had world class like track star type speed. That's the one thing. AJ has solid speed.
No, T.O. didn't. T.O. didn't.
No,
but he wasn't getting caught from it. T.O. was kind of speed like AJ.
You think T.O. You think AJ is just as fast as T.O.?
Yeah, T.O. wasn't world class fast. He wasn't. He just wasn't getting caught from behind.
I seen AJ get caught from behind more than I seen T.O. though.
Nah, T.O. I don't think AJ got the. Well, maybe the competition is faster now, but T.O. definitely would lead. That's why the bull in Dallas had the horse collar him to bring him down. T.O. would catch a crossing route and be gone.
Yeah.
And be in the end zone with
I'm not that fast, but I'm not getting caught from behind.
I think T.O. is a little fast. I mean, it was the same thing with Rice though. Like Rice, he wasn't like no speed burner, but he wasn't catching Rice from behind when he got ghosts. I don't know. Maybe it's how your quickness. Maybe let's not say speed, but your quickness, your burst when you get the ball. It's something about what T.O. had. I don't think AJ has that same gear.
Okay. AJ monster.
Now that AJ Brown is not injured, the offense needs to be more focused on him.
Yeah, they got go ahead. They got to play like this. They got to play.
I agree. AJ should have at least 7 catches a game.
I think, in my opinion, what they was doing was they was focusing too much on a run for some reason. Yes, and everybody was keen on that, and they was just running right in everybody's hands. It wasn't like they were doing nothing different. So
I'm convinced they used their first couple games for practices. I'm convinced, and then it's like all of a sudden you turn on. I think they feel like, all right, well, we know this works and this works. Let's try this. Let's try that. And then when it comes down to it, and they got to win, like, all right, go back to what we know. Let's do what we're going to do.
Or it could just be Jalen Hurts taking over the game at that point.
It could be.
All right, are we gonna wrap this thing up in final thoughts?
But see, the funny part is, if we lose, you don't hear Jalen Hurts folded in the end. Then that's when you want to blame the coaching and the calls that was made and the plays and all that.
I don't want to hear Josh.
Everything is.
I don't want to hear that the young boy Josh Daniels better than. Is it Josh? What's Jalen Daniels is better than Jalen Hurts because he ain't even played at that.
Oh,
Jaden was hurt.
Yeah, he was out. He ain't played today.
Wow, I know that. They still won too, didn't they?
I think they did.
I think
they did.
Wow, I didn't know he was hurt. I didn't know that. Can't forget Smitty been saying this every year. He's a playmaker, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, AJ Brown is that dude, man. You got to get the ball.
Some likes.
Got to get the ball in this.
Y'all get chance like wherever y'all watching it. If it's on YouTube, Facebook, X, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Play the Raiders
next week. I feel good about the game, but hopefully.
What time is that game? Is that 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
Don't
Marcus
know.
Mariota played.
Tim's is scared to death of Tampa.
I know. All right,
We play